Okay, so what we want to do is change the slides on your sign. This tutorial applies to signs 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 at the time of recording. So the first thing you want to do is download the program onto your PC. The program is called Manager. So Pluto Manager, this is the icon here, and it's just a simple program that you can get online, or we will give it you on a USB. Once you've downloaded that program onto your computer, the first thing you're going to do before you open that program is to connect to the sign. So make sure you're within 10-20 meters of the sign and the sign is on. Go to the bottom corner here and you'll see the Wi-Fi. So we need to connect to the sign. This one that I have here is sign 10. So I'm going to select that and connect to the Wi-Fi for the sign. That might take 30 seconds or so. Okay, so we're now connected to the sign, as you can see here, saying disconnect, so we are connected to sign 10. The next step is to open the program Pluto Manager. So double click on that. A little box might come up, just click yes to that. And we get the main window here come up on our screen. The next thing we're going to do is to search to see if we can find the sign. You still should be connected to the Wi-Fi. So search now, collect. And we want to click search all displays in LAN. So click OK. Search display finished, click OK again. So bear in mind the whole time you're still connected to the sign via the Wi-Fi as before. Now, two things can happen here. Sometimes it goes to virtual connection, which I don't know if you saw then. It said 1 here under virtual connection. And then after 30 seconds or so, it actually goes from virtual connection to online. So the ones come up here as online, that's what we want. If for some reason it doesn't come up as online and you just get a 1 in virtual connection, sometimes that happens. All you do, if that's the case, is you click on display control. You click on the top tab where it says network configuration, and then you check this tab here, automatically obtain IP address recommended. You click that and then you click apply down here. Okay, since mine's working already, I don't have to do that. Once you've clicked apply there, you can go out of this window and then it should come up as online. You may have to search again, but it will then come up as online, and then that allows us to change the sign. So to move on from here, we must have a number 1 here under the online section. Okay, so we've got that there, we're all good to go. Next thing we're going to do is going to click on create playlist. This one here, playlist is our slides we want to show, and new window pops up. We've got on the top right hand corner, we have this here. I can drag it around. That's the preview of your sign. It may not be set up to the correct size immediately, so you go into your settings tab and you're going to put manual. It needs to be 192 wide by 96 high. If it's not that already, you must change it to 192 wide by 96 high. Okay, so now you should have the correct size screen. Next thing is to add some images in here. So I'm going to click on this File tab here. And let's select, we can select more than one at a time. So I want to select that one. If I can hold Control down, I can select more than one. That one, and that one. Okay, then click Open. So as you can see, images have come up on the left hand side here, and that's the order that they're going to play through. I've already created these images and saved them, and they all are the right size, which is 192 wide by 96 high. Make sure your images that you create beforehand are the right size. So I can click on each one of these down the left hand side, and each one, it tells me a bit of information. On the right hand side, we've got a transition effect. I don't have that ticked. If I wanted it to scroll in or have a fancy transition, I can click that. This is the important one, 5 seconds. Play duration, 5 seconds. So you can change that if you want that slide to be on for 7 seconds. Change that to whatever you want. And then you can change every one of them. So next one, that's 5 seconds. Change that to 7 seconds. And so on. Now, to double check what this is going to look like on your sign, if you go to the top, click on the play, the preview, and then observe the preview window at the top right. Click play, and it will just run through the whole thing. So 7 seconds on that first slide, goes to the next slide, and so on. So once you're happy with that, we can click stop. Now let's say I wanted to add something other than an image. If I click this one here, this is a new window. I can have plain text, which is a little bit boring, but you can have plain text. Click on the text. And we can have whatever text we want in there. Click on the box and I can start typing. Okay, and it'll scroll through that text. Just hit play. So it's a little bit boring, to be honest. I wouldn't really use that too much. So I'm just going to hit delete on that one. You can also have things like the time. So if we create a new window, click on the time here, analog clock, the time comes up, and you can change the numbers on there. You can change the color of the hands and so on. Again, bit of a waste of time. We want to be advertising your product, not really telling people the time. So let's delete that. Okay, so let's say we're happy with this and we're good to go. I don't have a border around this. As you can see down here, no border. If you want a border, you can change that to whichever one you want. Okay, once I'm happy with that, I can save it as whatever I want. Save that on your desktop or wherever you want to save it. Once we're ready, we can send it to the sign. We just hit publish, which is this button here. Again, you should be connected to the sign the whole time, otherwise this will not work. Once we hit publish, a new box comes up here. Online send, just make sure integrated memory is checked, and we don't need to do anything else, and just hit next. And here we go, here's our percentage bar. Bigger files will take longer, obviously, and it says succeed. So that has now gone to the sign. and that is working properly. Okay, so once we've got that set up, the next thing we want to do is we want to be able to adjust the brightness of this sign so it goes a bit dimmer at night, and then we're not blinding people and we don't have any complaints. To do that, it's a separate window, so we're going to close this window down. We're still connected to the sign. Again, it needs to be online, it needs to be number 1 there. What we're going to do, we're going to go to Display Control. On the left, make sure you are you've highlighted the sign which has the green box which you're connected to. There should only be one there because we've got many different signs. You're only controlling the one. At the top, go to Brightness Adjustments, and we want to hit Schedule. So the current brightness is only at 12% for some reason. Put that up to 100%. We're going to hit Schedule. So this is how we set an automatic timer to dim the sign at night. On the right hand side, we're going to go to the Add, the green cross, click Add, Schedule Name. So we're going to give a name to this. Let's call it Dim at Night. And then we're going to set up our commands here. So we're going to hit the Add, change the time to 6 at night, adjust the brightness to a percentage. Let's change it to percentage of 50 and hit Add again. At 6 o'clock in the morning, let's bring the brightness back up to 100. Down here, valid month, select all. So just double check at 6 o'clock at night or whenever it's going dark. Bring the brightness down to 50. It might even be a little bit less than that, let's say 40. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, bring it back up to 100%. Month, select all, and OK. Now that's not the end of it. What we need to do is we need to apply, which will send it to the sign. So hit Apply. And here it says information sent successfully. So that's all that done. So now you've set up your program and you've set up the brightness. If you wanted to manually change the brightness, you can do it here with the manual adjustment. If you wanted to turn the sign off at a certain time completely, then you can do the same thing, but in this tab here at the top, which is Power Schedule. Okay, so we'll close that down. Close this down. And we are done. Any questions, please give us a call on 1300 LED Hire.